Hello and welcome back to my channel. Unfortunately, today's videos are probably all going to be impeachment videos because history will remember how absolutely terribly awful the Republican senators have been. There were many of us who knew that they were not going to vote to remove him. It just wasn't going to happen. But to absolutely be shameful and to know there are witnesses out there with firsthand knowledge and being like, nope, we're just not going to call them is not okay. And I'm going to call out a senator in particular, a very special senator who should have done her job, and we're going to talk about her. And then we're going to go through every senator that voted to not have witnesses, and we're going to call you out for it and talk about it and just go from there because it was a horribly, horribly disappointing day. All right, guys, let's jump on into this video. Murkowski, I'm talking about you, darling, because you just went ahead and were like, it was partisan, and it's not going to do anything, and drawing out doesn't help anyone, and no one with a brain expects him to be convicted. What we do expect you to do is your job and call witnesses. And you want to scold your finger at Donald Trump on occasion to try and keep your moderate voters, but I hope they see you for what you are. The traitorous, Trump-loving piece of crap that you are. Because that's exactly what you did. You voted along party lines because you chose party over country yet again. All of these Republicans did party over country. And at the end of this video, I am going to read off every single person that voted to block witnesses. And I'm going to post a link down below to where you can find it. And I hope that you vote and get them out of office because you cannot keep picking party over country. It is not acceptable. Now, we're going to jump on to Mitch McConnell, who at the very, very beginning of this trial fully admitted he was not going to be impartial. An impartial juror does not meet with the president on multiple occasions and work with the White House while the White House is going through an impeachment trial. Mitch McConnell openly stated that he is going to do everything he can to make sure that this trial was not a trial and it was just sham that was walked through immediately. If he could have blocked it on the Senate floor, he absolutely would have. And it is shameful and it is disgusting, and he is up for re-election this year. Please vote him out of office, Kentucky. He does not have your best interest at heart. His wife is on Trump's cabinet. They make money off of Trump being in office. He is corrupt and he is in league with Donald Trump. And it is not okay that he ran this like a freaking sham, non-existent, ridiculous hoax of a freaking trial. It wasn't a trial. It just wasn't a trial. No witnesses, no evidence, nothing. We're just gonna ignore facts, apparently, and not hold Donald Trump accountable. You, Mitch McConnell, are single-handedly responsible for saying it's okay to interfere with an election. You can just go and ask for help from anyone and take money from anyone and do whatever you want. That's where we're at. Democracy is dead. All right, the last shameful Republican by name that I'm going to call out is Lindsey Graham. You've been outed as being part of this. You knew all along what Donald Trump was up to, and you sold your soul to the devil because you had to pick the biggest bully on the playground. First, you went after John McCain because even though I didn't agree with John McCain was a class act, he was a very strong class act, and you picked the biggest baddie on the playground, someone you could run and hide behind. And when you lost John McCain, you immediately latched to the biggest bully on the playground, which is Donald Trump. And you knew what he was doing. You come out here and you lie to the American people. North Carolina, you need to vote him out as well. This is ridiculous. Now, I have the entire list of senators who voted to not have witnesses, and we're going to read them off and shame you. Shame. If you have any shame, shame. All right. So we have Alexander, Republican from Tennessee, shame. Bararo from Wyoming, shame. Blackburn from Tennessee, shame. Blunt from, I can't see that. Hang on, guys. We were on Braun, right? I had to get something. I'm using a makeup palette to back up what I have here because I can't see it through the light behind me. Okay, so we were on Braun, Indiana, Republican, Burr, North Carolina, Capio, West Virginia, Cassidy, Louisiana, Corn, Texas, Cotton, and it's Cotton, no, Corn, Texas, hang on, Arkansas, Kramer, North Dakota, Caprio, Idaho, Cruz, Texas. Cruz, I'm going to call you out too. How could you support a president who you know is corrupt, who you said would be the death of the Republican Party? Like, you knew this was coming, and yet you still voted no. Are you really that afraid of him? Daines, Montana, Enzi, Wyoming, Ernst, Iowa, Fetcher, Nebraska, Gardner, Colorado, Lindsey Graham, South Carolina, Graisley, Iowa, Hawley, Missouri, Hoven, North Dakota, Hyde Smith, Mississippi, Ianhoff, Oklahoma, Johnson, Wisconsin. Ron Johnson from Wisconsin. How you doing, you jerk? Kennedy, Louisiana, Lankford, Oklahoma, Lee, Utah, Loafer, Georgia, you know, where you have to cheat, McConnell, please vote McConnell out, Kentucky, McSally, Arizona, Warren, Kansas, Murkowski, you took the cowardly way out, Alaska, Ron Paul, Kentucky, Purdue, Georgia, Portman, Ohio, Rich, Idaho, Roberts, Kansas, Rounds, South Dakota, Marco Rubio, Florida, Sassy, Nebraska, Scott, Florida, Scott, South Carolina, Shelby, Alabama, Sullivan, Alaska, Toone, South Dakota, Tillis, North Carolina, Toomey, Pennsylvania, Wicker, Mississippi, and Young in North Carolina. Shame on all of you. This is a day where y'all will go down in history as the most corrupt, cowardly, pointless, worthless pieces of garbage that ever did live. You knew better, yet you still decided to vote in a president or vote to keep witnesses out to protect your president and your party when you really should have been putting country over party. The founding fathers roll over in their graves for the party of law and order, and we hold our people accountable and fiscal responsibility. Y'all are doing nothing that you promised. You ignored your constituents. 75% of registered voters across this country wanted witnesses. You were going to vote to acquit. Fine, but you should have listened to your constituents and call voters. And I hope that every constituent in your district that wanted witnesses votes you out when your term is up, because you didn't do your jobs. You are absolutely disgusting. And you knew better. All right, guys, I've still got like 2 more videos to make on this subject, and I will see y'all later.